And it looked like WNBA fans is pissed off over A'ja Wilson and her special.
A'ja Wilson just hit a walk-off, and fans went crazy, but not for the reason you think. People are accusing her of getting a special whistle, claiming the refs basically handed her the win. 12 free throws, 0 fouls. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets decked every game and barely gets a call. Something smells off in Vegas. Is A'ja just that good or just that protected? Let's talk about the shot first because yeah, it was clutch. A'ja Wilson pulled up and hit the game winner. The crowd lost its mind. Highlight shows replayed it 100 times. But underneath all that hype, people noticed something else. The way the refs were glued to her every move, with an invisible do not touch sign hovering over her head. Everyone online is calling it the A'ja whistle, and honestly, they might have a point. Because this isn't about one call or one game. It's a pattern. Fever fans have been screaming about it since last season. Let's rewind. This latest mess started in Phoenix. Wilson's aces were in another tight one. The final score doesn't even matter anymore, because all anyone remembers is her getting 12 free throws while the opposing star, Sada Sabali, got hacked like a tree and barely saw the line. Even worse, Sabali got hurt. The coach said she wasn't even in the locker room afterward.
Those 5 fouls. Sabali.
Now, props where it's due. A'ja Wilson is talented. Nobody's denying that. But when every close game ends with her standing on the free throw line while the other team's best players are sitting with 5 fouls, people start to notice. 38 by Angel McCautry. Yes. And it's not even just die-hard fans saying this. The newer fans, the ones who hopped on the WNBA train because of Caitlin Clark, are looking around like, wait, why does A'ja always get the soft whistle? Because here's the thing, A'ja Wilson doesn't just get calls. She gets protection. You rarely see her in foul trouble. You rarely see her calls overturned. And somehow, she gets to play full-throttle defense while everyone else gets whistled for breathing near her. That's not skill anymore. That's privilege.
Give the ball to A'ja and get out of the way. That's all the play was.
Yeah, I feel like in that moment, if a coach has to tell me what to do, I'm not doing my job. And she just drew up a play. It wasn't really even a play.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty much what you saw. And I'm appreciative that Becky trusts me in those moments. But that's playoff basketball moments. Those are the moments that you live for. So I'm glad I was able to show up. I get on my guards for not coming to work, so I'm glad I was able to come.
Fans on X, formerly Twitter, have receipts and clips everywhere. Illegal screens, no calls, phantom fouls on opponents, and then the cherry on top, A'ja getting continuation on contact that barely existed. Let's run through a few examples. First one, A'ja sets an obvious moving screen. Everybody watching sees it. Even the announcers say, that's a foul. Refs blow the whistle, but not on her. They call it on the defender. That's how wild it's gotten. Another one. A defender boxes out for a rebound, Wilson crashes into her, and they call it a jump ball. Same play on the other end, Caitlin Clark or Aaliyah Boston breathes on someone, and it's an automatic foul. You can't make this up.
Something we have to talk about is the amount of free throws A'ja Wilson is getting off. Not only just the amount of free throws she's getting off, the free throws and the calls that is pretty much garnering her the type of performances like this. She never gets in foul trouble. She gets all her calls. At this point, bro, this is unprecedented. I feel as if Caitlin Clark needs this damn whistle. Everybody should be pitching a bitch about A'ja Wilson whistle because the WNBA was so far in the sunken damn place, no one paid attention to the sport. No one ever watched the first 2 damn championships.
It's reached the point where fans are comparing it to Deflategate. Yes, Tom Brady's football scandal. That's how ridiculous this looks. And if you think it's just salty Fever fans talking, think again. Neutral fans, even some Aces supporters, have started saying, all right, this is getting weird. Here's what really triggered the explosion, though. After that game winner, the WNBA account posted a highlight reel praising A'ja's unreal clutch performance. Thousands of comments flooded in, half of them saying, great shot, and the other half saying, of course she made it. The refs carried her all night. When your highlight reel's comment section looks like a courtroom, you've got a problem. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie.
mainstream media, and now people is paying attention. Not only is we paying attention, we're noticing a pattern, and the pattern is A'ja Wilson get this damn special whistle. Like, this should be looked into.
A'ja Wilson leads the league with nearly 8.3 free throw attempts per game. That's insane. For context, that's more than double what Caitlin Clark averages, and Clark gets hit like she owes people money every single night. In total, Wilson's already made over 290 free throws this season. No one else is even close. It's not a race anymore. It's a monopoly. Now tell me this, how is it possible for one player to lead the league in free throws year after year, yet never be the one fouling out or getting a technical? Either she's mastered basketball on an alien level, or the refs treat her like royalty. And don't get it twisted, fans aren't mad that she's good. They're mad that the league acts like she's untouchable. Let's compare it to Caitlin Clark for a second. She's in her second year now, not a rookie anymore, but the calls still don't go her way. She gets knocked to the floor, elbowed, pushed out of bounds, and the whistle stays silent like someone hit mute. Meanwhile, A'ja gets a tap on the wrist, and the refs sprint to the line faster than a Black Friday crowd. It's that double standard that drives fans crazy. And it's why every time A'ja wins a close game, people add an asterisk in their heads. Remember earlier this season when Caitlin Clark and the Fever played the Aces? There was one possession that summed everything up perfectly. Clark drives, gets hacked, no call. Next play down, Wilson gets brushed by a defender and gets 2 free throws. The Fever bench went silent because, at this point, complaining doesn't even help. You just know what's coming. That's why fans call it the special whistle. Now, I know what some people are going to say. She's a star. Stars always get calls. But there's a big difference between star treatment and referee worship. LeBron James gets calls because he attacks the rim every possession. Steph Curry gets calls because he shoots through contact. But when A'ja Wilson can finish an entire half without a single foul called on her, that's not respecting the superstar. That's fixing the spotlight. And here's the wild part. This isn't even new. Look at the stats from 2023. She also led the league in free throws. The same pattern shows up again and again, different opponents, different refs, same result. You could literally predict the box score before tip-off. Wilson, 8-12 free throws Boston, 4 fouls Caitlin Clark, 2 free throws, 10 hits lather, rinse, repeat. That's exactly why fans are saying enough is enough. Because now that the WNBA finally has mainstream attention, these things can't hide anymore. Before Caitlin Clark arrived, nobody outside hardcore fans noticed. Now, every little moment trends within minutes. So, if A'ja Wilson gets away with a foul or takes 12 free throws again, you better believe people will clip it, post it, and tag everyone from ESPN to Elon Musk. That's the new reality. The league can't afford another favoritism scandal, not when the Fever are bringing record TV ratings and half those new viewers already think the refs have an agenda. Speaking of agendas, let's talk about why this might actually be happening. Because honestly, there's a theory going around that makes a little too much sense. The Las Vegas Aces are the WNBA's money team. They're stacked with stars, backed by casinos, and hyped as the league's dynasty. They're marketable. They win. They draw crowds. So naturally, the league wants them deep in the playoffs. And how do you make sure your best team doesn't fall apart? You protect the centerpiece, A'ja Wilson. It's the same playbook every league uses. The NBA protected its biggest stars. The NFL does it with quarterbacks. And now the WNBA might be doing it with Wilson. The problem? It's too obvious. You can't grow a fan base by making everyone feel like the results are scripted. Fans want competition, not favoritism. That's why Fever fans are louder than ever. They see the imbalance every time Caitlin Clark takes contact with no whistle while A'ja's at the line for sneezing too hard. And to her credit, Caitlin's handling it the best she can. She doesn't call people out by name or rant to reporters, but her face says it all. You can see it during games. She gets hit, looks at the ref, and just laughs in disbelief. Even other players are starting to hint at it. A few veterans have posted cryptic messages like, "Some of y'all got lifetime ref passes and nobody needed names. Everyone knew exactly who they meant. So when A'ja hit that walk-off, the internet didn't celebrate. It investigated." Clips, slow-mos, breakdowns of every missed call. People were literally freeze-framing the last 2 minutes like it was a crime scene. And here's the twist. Aya herself is starting to feel the heat. When your highlight moment gets drowned out by "you cheated" comments, that's instant regret territory. She tried posting her usual, blessed and thankful caption on Instagram, but the comments were brutal. Fans called her Referee Wilson. Others wrote, "Nice win. The refs scored 12-2. It's gotten ugly." Even neutral sports pages are asking if the league is protecting her, and that's when you know the conversation has gone mainstream. The funniest part? If you call this stuff out, people instantly accuse you of hating on greatness. But it's not hate, it's asking for fairness. Caitlin Clark's team shouldn't have to play 5-on-8 every night. The Fever already struggle enough rebuilding around young stars. They shouldn't also have to battle the officials like it's part of the game plan. Because if this keeps up, fans will lose interest, and the league will lose its credibility fast. Nobody wants to invest in a league where the outcome feels pre-decided. That's not competition. That's bad theater. And here's where the irony hits. The same league that spent the whole year preaching equality and respect might be the one quietly creating inequality on the court, protecting one star while punishing another. That's not empowering women's sports. That's killing credibility. Now, don't get me wrong, Aya Wilson isn't the villain of the WNBA. She's one of the most gifted forwards out there. Her footwork, defense, leadership, it's all legit. But when fans start questioning the integrity of how she wins, that greatness loses weight. And honestly, it's not even entirely her fault. It's the refs and league executives who think protecting the face of the league equals success. It doesn't. If anything, it's doing the opposite, because the more they favor one player, the more fans rally behind the one getting shortchanged, Caitlin Clark, and that's exactly what's happening. You can already feel the tide turning online. Every time a questionable call benefits the Aces, thousands of comments flood in defending Clark. She's becoming the symbol of fairness, while IS becoming the symbol of favoritism. That's how fast narratives shift. Aya Wilson used to be the league darling. Now she's trending for the wrong reasons, being accused of cheating with referee help. And you can tell it's getting to her. In post-game interviews, she tries to smile it off, but the tension's there. You can hear it when she says things like, "I just play my game," or "I don't control the refs." True, but that doesn't stop fans from noticing the pattern. Because when that pattern benefits you every single night, people stop believing in coincidence, and that's where we'll pause for now. Because what happens next? The fan reactions, the memes, the league silence, and how Caitlin Clark quietly flipped the narrative make this story even crazier. After that Phoenix game, the backlash didn't cool off. It exploded. Every sports page, podcast, and X thread turned into a full-blown investigation. Fans started comparing every Aya Wilson foul, or lack thereof, to Caitlin Clark's entire season. The difference was embarrassing that Aya Wilson shot 12 free throws that night. Caitlin Clark? She's lucky if she gets 4 in an entire game after getting knocked down half a dozen times. You don't need to be a conspiracy theorist to see the bias. It's right there in the box score. Even rival players started hinting at it. One anonymous player told a reporter, "Some people in this league get protected like they're made of gold." Fans didn't need names. They already knew who she meant. Meanwhile, social media cooked. Ref Wilson, the Whistle Queen, and Vegas Scripted all started trending. People posted side-by-side clips. Caitlin getting slammed to the floor with no call, followed by Aya barely getting touched and instantly walking to the line. It was brutal. When reporters asked Aya about it, she said, "I can't control what people say. I just play the game." Yeah, that didn't help. Because sometimes, saying nothing is louder than saying something wrong. Even Adam Silver's name started floating around again. Fans wanted someone from the NBA to step in and look into the WNBA's officiating mess, especially after Kathy Engelbert stayed silent for the 20th time this month. If this league really wants to grow, it can't keep pretending fans are blind. And the best part? Fever fans flipped the whole thing into a rallying cry. Caitlin Clark might not complain publicly, but her fanbase sure does. Every missed call becomes proof that she's doing it the hard way. No help, no favors, just pure basketball. In the end, Aya Wilson might have won that game. But she lost something much bigger, credibility, because when fans start believing your wins come with a whistle attached, that trophy starts to look hollow. So, what do you think? Is Aya Wilson getting unfair help from the refs? Or are fans just salty after another Aces win? Either way, the numbers don't lie. The whistle sure sounds one-sided.